There are voices that rise not only from the stage but also from the deepest place of a broken heart. Jennifer Hudson, a girl who grew up in the harsh South Side of Chicago, where many dreams were crushed before they could bloom. But from a small church choir, she stepped out into the world with a powerful voice, piercing the darkness, touching the most beautiful things in people. She touched the glories that every artist dreams of: Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy. But also in that glorious moment, she lost her mother, brother and nephew in an unfathomable tragedy. Now at the age of 43, Jennifer lives a life where every corner of the house, every car, every hug of her son bears the mark of a journey filled with blood, tears, and resilience. $1 million mansion, silent partner, only son, a sparkling garage and a heart that never stops singing. Join Final Legacy as we enter the real world of Jennifer Hudson in 2025. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. Now let's go back in time to where it all began, Jennifer's childhood, filled with dreams, challenges, and the spark that led her to stardom. Jennifer was born on September 12, 1981, in Englewood, one of Chicago's toughest neighborhoods. The youngest of 3 children, Jennifer grew up with her mother, Darnell Donnerson, a resilient woman, in a modest, yet loving home. Her father, Samuel Simpson, a bus driver who was often absent, left Jennifer with a void that she later discovered was the birth of 26 half-siblings. A discovery that rang a bell in the background of an already troubled life. Yet, in that seemingly complicated family picture, Jennifer found music and shelter. Her grandmother Julia, a gospel singer with a voice as deep as the Mississippi, was the first to hear the spark in her voice. When Jennifer was just 7 years old, she took her granddaughter's hand and led her to the church choir, where her voice first resonated amid candlelight and the sound of an old piano. Englewood was not an easy place to live. It was a land of police sirens, of dark alleys where the future was often stifled. But in that church, Jennifer's voice soared as if there was another path for her. Her mother, despite her busy schedule, persisted in taking Jennifer to singing lessons, community theater, and school performances. In the evenings, she would sing softly to herself, not to be noticed, but to feel alive. A memorable moment in the family, the first time Jennifer sang solo in the choir. Everyone was silent. Then the applause rang out, not because the little girl sang loudly but because her voice was moving. Right in the most seemingly harsh place, that little girl made the whole community listen. That memory followed Jennifer all her life because it was her family, with quiet love, that laid the foundation for a voice and a spirit that never gave up. So how did her career take off and turn her into a global superstar? When Jennifer Hudson stepped onto the American Idol stage in 2004, she was just 22 years old, a young girl in a world of glittering lights and expectations. But her voice needed no time to mature. Within the first few sentences in the Atlanta audition room, all 3 judges, Randy Jackson, Paula Abdul and Simon Cowell, had to admit that they were standing before a natural talent. Outside the waiting room, Jennifer's mother cheered with pride. She could not believe that the voice that had once resounded in the Englewood church would have the whole country listening. But as life often does to those who deserve it, Jennifer was eliminated in the top 7 round. At that time, a power outage in the Chicago area prevented most of the hometown audience from voting. It was an unfair defeat, but Jennifer did not let it define her. Instead of disappearing, she continued to join the American Idol summer tour. She sang at small stages and local events, where audiences saw her sincerity and perseverance. It was these humble appearances that led to her life-changing opportunity. In 2005, Jennifer auditioned for the role of Effie White in the film adaptation of Dreamgirls, competing against hundreds of candidates, including American Idol winner Fantasia Barrino. In the 2006 film, where she stood alongside big names like Beyoncé and Eddie Murphy, Jennifer appeared as more than just a newcomer. She stunned the world with her performance of "And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going." It was no longer a movie performance, but a declaration of someone who had been underestimated, who had been on the sidelines, now daring to step up and reclaim her place. The role earned her an Oscar, a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. But beyond the statuettes, Jennifer became a symbol of resilience and unvarnished talent. She didn't win a competition, but she won something more precious, the trust of millions. That same year, she signed with Arista Records and released her debut album Jennifer Hudson in 2008. The album peaked at number 2 on the Billboard charts and earned her a Grammy for Best R&B Album. Subsequent albums like 2011's I Remember Me and 2014's JHUD continued to solidify her place on the music map with increasingly deep music and personal lyrics. Jennifer moved beyond music and expanded into film. She starred in films such as Sex and the City, The Secret Life of Bees, and most notably Respect in 2021. In Respect, she transformed into Aretha Franklin, a role that the Queen of Soul herself personally chose for her. The role earned Jennifer an NAACP Image Award and affirmed that she not only played the role, but lived it. On Broadway, she left her mark in The Color Purple in 2015. She then took on the role of producer for the musical A Strange Loop in 2022, a project that earned her a Tony Award and officially became a member of the prestigious group of artists who have won all 4 Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. Jennifer is the youngest woman of color to achieve this title. But she is not proud, does not chase after attention. Instead, she continues to bring positive energy to each new project. In 2022, she launched her own TV show called The Jennifer Hudson Show. This talk show is not only a place to interview famous guests but also a space for her to share life experiences, inspire, and listen to everyday stories. Jennifer once said that she not only wants to sing, but also wants to make others feel heard. Perhaps it is this sincerity that makes her not only a multi-talented artist, but also a silent and lasting symbol in the hearts of millions of viewers. With a glittering career and global influence, it's no surprise that Jennifer Hudson lives in opulence and sophistication. Her world is a blend of class, privacy, and deep aesthetics. From her lavish mansions in Beverly Hills, Illinois to her beachfront mansion in Malibu, each of Jennifer's properties bears the mark of a woman who understands the value of peace amidst the spotlight. In Beverly Hills, she owns a $25 million, 14,000 square foot mansion where every corner exudes class. Soaring ceilings, sparkling chandeliers, an infinity pool and a sun-drenched garden are where she entertains friends, colleagues, or simply finds peace. In the Chicago suburbs, the classic Burr Ridge mansion is her retreat when she wants to be close to her family, with its paved terrace, secluded pool and lush gardens, all creating a picturesque setting. And in Malibu, on the Pacific coast, Jennifer enjoys meditative moments in her $8 million oceanfront mansion. From the expansive balcony, she can watch the sunrise, letting the ocean breeze soothe her thoughts. Not stopping at architecture, her lifestyle is also evident in her classy garage. The $350,000 Rolls-Royce Cullinan is a symbol of sophistication and majesty. The Bentley Bentayga brings a sense of power and class, a choice for long trips that require absolute comfort. Meanwhile, the Lamborghini Urus is a living declaration of Jennifer's fierce spirit, not afraid to push the limits. Each house, each car is a milestone marking the journey from a South Side girl to a world-renowned star. And above all, they are the spaces that help her preserve the most precious thing: silence amid all the noise of glory. Jennifer Hudson lives a life imbued with the balance between class and inner depth, but also to mark each step with space, with movement, and with the silence that she has strived to preserve. Behind the mansions and the fancy cars, where Jennifer Hudson's heart truly shines is her private life, a world nourished by love, family, and the resilience to recover from profound loss. Jennifer was in a nearly decade-long relationship with James Payton, which began when she was 18. After their split in 2007, she met David Otunga, a Harvard Law School graduate and professional wrestler. The couple got engaged in 2008 and welcomed their first son, David Daniel Otunga Jr., a year later. Jennifer has said that motherhood is one of the greatest joys of her life. However, life has not been without its ups and downs. In 2017, she and David split. The custody battle attracted media attention, but they resolved it quietly. Jennifer has always given her son top priority, creating a stable and loving environment. She is currently dating actor Common, a fellow countryman she met while filming the 2022 film Breathe. They share a Chicago background and a passion for the arts, creating a bond based on deep respect and empathy. Common has repeatedly expressed his admiration for Jennifer's talent and strong spirit. No matter what stage she is in, her personal life is where Jennifer finds herself and is a place that nurtures peace and inspiration for the profound things she expresses in art. Amidst the spotlight of her career, Jennifer Hudson faced an irreparable shock. On October 24, 2008, her mother, brother, and 7-year-old nephew were murdered in their Chicago home. The perpetrator was her ex-brother-in-law, William Balfour, who was later sentenced to life in prison. The incident was not only a tragedy, but also a loss that was deeply engraved in Jennifer's soul. At the height of the success of Dreamgirls, she chose to withdraw from the spotlight, spending months recovering in silence. When she returned to perform for the first time at the 2009 Super Bowl, it was not just the appearance of a star, but the return of a mother, a daughter, a woman who had survived the most excruciating pain. Instead of letting the tragedy defeat her, Jennifer turned her loss into action. She founded the Julian D. King Foundation to honor her nephew and support children and families in need. Through each sharing, she does not seek pity but keeps the memory of her loved ones always present. That pain never disappears, but it has deepened Jennifer's courage and sympathy, and from there, she continues to walk, carrying the light of her loved ones in every melody, every role, every work she does. The legacy that Jennifer Hudson leaves behind is not only measured by the golden statues of Oscar, Grammy, or Tony. It is also the journey through the darkness to find the light, the enduring will to live in a world where success sometimes comes with unimaginable losses. On stage, she is a singer who moves millions of people. In cinema, she transforms into characters that make the audience look back at themselves. But most importantly, in real life, Jennifer is proof that pain does not define a person, but how we rise from it. Whether you remember Jennifer through Dreamgirls, through her emotional singing, or simply as a quiet and strong mother, her legacy is still a reminder that true light comes from the deepest places of the heart. There are voices that not only resonate but stay in our hearts forever. For Jennifer Hudson, it is not just music, but also strength, loss, and life that survives the darkness. If you have ever been moved by a moment of hers, a role, a song, a pain, please share it below, so that the memory is not just yours, but becomes something that connects us. And if you cherish stories like that, please subscribe to the Final Legacy channel. Because memories need to be preserved. And light sometimes comes from places that were once very dark.